there, friends. It's Miss Teal from the San Diego Children's Discovery Museum, filming from my home here in Ramona, California. Well, today we're going to be doing an art activity inspired by one of Mother Nature's masterpieces. It's called a snowflake. Do you know what a snowflake is? Well, let me show you. Snowflakes are beautiful tiny pieces of ice. Do these two snowflakes look alike? Not really, do they? But they do have one thing in common. Can you see it? Well, I'll show you just in case you need a bigger hint. See these arms that go around the center of the snowflake? How many of them do you see? There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 arms. Is that the same over here? Yes, it is. So snowflakes are tiny pieces of ice that have 6 arms, but the rest of it doesn't look anything the same, does it? Every snowflake, just like beautiful children, are unique and beautiful, all in their own right. We know what a snowflake is, but how does one form? The water that's evaporated from the lakes and the ponds and the streams are now very tiny things called water molecules. And my head is a piece of dust. Well, we're all hanging out, having a great time up in the cloud until it gets really, really, really cold. And have you ever played freeze tag? Well, that's exactly what water does as it gets cold. It freezes and then it stops and attaches itself to the dust particle. Wow, now I'm a snowflake. When you get a whole lot of snowflakes up in the cloud, it gets really heavy up there. So now I'm going to fall and become snow. That's how snowflakes are formed. And what makes them look different really is just how the air is moving those water molecules around when they're up inside that cloud, and also how the cloud moves through the air itself. That changes all these tiny, tiny things we call snowflakes. Today we're going to be making a super fun art activity based on snowflakes, and we're going to be making them in a way that we call Filigree. Filigree is a very, very, very old craft that comes from countries that lie around the Mediterranean and the Indian Ocean. Well, in those countries, they will take tiny pieces of silver wire and then fuse them together with tiny silver balls or gold balls. And when you do that, you make these beautiful things that look a lot like snowflakes. To begin our project, let's quickly look at the materials we'll be using today. We'll be using paper towel rolls. You can use TP rolls as well. You just have to clean them of all the paper that's on them. We'll also be using from your kitchen good old Reynolds wrap or any type of aluminum foil that you use. You'll need to have some kind of plate to put a solution of half glue, half water in. A glue stick is always nice to have on hand just to attach our pattern down to a white copier paper background. Your children will want to use scissors. You're going to want big grown-up scissors as well for one part of our step. If you have paper that is colored in any of the cooler colors like purples or blues, you can either use a smaller dessert size paper plate or saucer, or you can use a 9-inch dinner size plate or paper plate just to trace around, say, regular size piece of construction paper. I'm going to do a smaller pattern today. So the very first thing I'm going to do is trace the plate. Now this is a good step for the kids to do. Just have them go around the plate. And then we're going to cut that out and go on to our next step. What we're going to do is we're going to take our circle that we cut out. This one came from the 9-inch plate. This one came from the dessert size. But we're going to fold them. And you can have the kids do this part. We're going to make a taco, I call it. Then we're going to fold it again into a pizza slice. And then we're going to fold it one more time. And that's going to make what I call a snow cone. That's real easy for the kids to follow. Then I want them just to cut out a few simple designs there. You can do it at the top of the pizza slice or snow cone. And I would do no more than about 5 cuts, let's say. That way you don't overdo it and cut all the way through some side that will make it fall apart. So tell them 5 cuts, 5 shapes, and they should have a beautiful snowflake to get started with that now they can go ahead and mount. Bring this over and mount on top of their paper. You're just going to take your tube from your paper towels and just roll it nice and tight around the tube. And then you're just going to tuck in the ends like this. I'm going to go ahead and push this down, and then I'm going to cut in about 1/2-inch rings all the way down. That one went flying out. There we go. This is what you're going to end up with. You're going to be doing this down the whole tube. And when you're done, you should have just about enough to do one small snowflake. Now you can take these rings and you can fold them, and this is what the kids are really going to love doing. They can make flying birds. They can make heart shapes. They can make the letters of their name. Any shape that they can push the paper loops into is a wonderful way to get started. We want to have 2 of everything that we're going to use, is because we're going to build off of these 6 arms. Dip and place. Wow, wasn't that fun? Look, I did several levels of this snowflake today. I cannot wait to see what you guys make too. You can always post pictures on our Facebook page. For more online activities that you can do at home with things around the house, go to online.sdcdm.org.